Welcome back. I am going to talk to you guys and give you a couple examples on the 45, 45, 90 special right triangle. So for this, if you haven't watched my video, then this will be a quick review. Just remember 45, 45, 90 is also called an isosceles right triangle. That means the length of this side and the length of this side are equal. That's why you see those little tick marks. So what we're going to do for right now, we're just going to call it the length x, which means if this from here to here is x units long, that means this is also x units long. So instead of using the Pythagorean theorem and working and taking your a squared plus b squared to find your c squared, we can easily do this in 3 seconds. So you're going to take the length of your leg and you're going to multiply it by the square root of 2. That's it. You've now found the length of the hypotenuse. So that is really as difficult as it's going to get. So I have a couple of examples for you to look at to try and figure out the 45, 45, 90. Feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to try it on your own. All right, so here's our first 45, 45, 90. It is important that you understand which pieces you are given. So right here you can see we have the length of 8. So with the length of 8 here, we have to figure out our x and our y. So if I look at this, it has the same tick marks here and here. That means they're the same length, so my x is just 8. Now because it's a 45, 45, 90, again, these are the clues that they're giving me, understanding that this length and this degree and this degree are going to be equal. Then I know my y is going to be my length here of the leg, so 8 times the square root of 2. And that's it, folks. All right, let's look at another couple of examples. So I have one up here. I'm going to go ahead and cover this up. So I have one here where I'm given the hypotenuse. Now I made this example pretty simple, but let's take a look. Now normally the hypotenuse is the length of your legs here. Let's just call it A for now, times the square root of 2. So if I look over here, this is really saying it's A times the square root of 2. Well, that should hopefully pop out, and if it doesn't, we can always solve for A by undoing the multiplication, and what we do to one side, we do to the other. Those two cancel out, and we're left with A is just 14. Now I'm hoping a lot of you saw that way before without having to solve it. Now if A is 14, that also means B is also 14. And we're done. So that was a very quick example. Hopefully you understood that when you were given it, it's already in 14 square roots of 2. You're really just looking for that piece right there. Let's look when hypotenuse is not so easy. And it's just this example. So again, we want to know the length of our legs here and here. It's an isosceles. It tells us with our little markings here. We know the hypotenuse is just the length of the leg times the square root of 2. So again, in this one, we are actually going to be solving for this equation. So we are going to divide by the square root of 2. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. So we know the answer here is 9 divided by the square root of 2. So here is the length of our leg. Now I'm hoping if you are watching my other videos that you realize this is an issue. We are no longer allowed to have a radical in the denominator. So we have to rationalize our denominator. I'm going to do this very quickly. All right, so I know that went very quick, but the length of our leg is 9 square root of 2 divided by 2. Now, if that's what x is right here, that's also what y is. And that's it for the 45, 45, 90. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this helps. Thanks, bye.